Bill, can you come forward, please? Please introduce yourself and your address of home.
I need to swear him in.
Thank you, Madam Secretary.
I need to swear you in, sir. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Please state your name and address.
Bill Sahm, 7653 Graham Road, Indianapolis 46250.
Thank you, Bill. Counselor or Commissioner?
Principal,
President.
Yes.
And how long have you been in that?
This is my 11th year.
There's been some discussion about tailgating.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that Chatard would ever allow?
No. No, absolutely not.
Have you seen instances of that occurring with people drinking alcohol on the Chatard's property?
No, not at a student-centered event. We have 2 fundraising events that are adult events on the weekends and in the evenings where their alcohol is served for a dinner.
Inside?
Inside, right.
Now, the street there at Northgate, if there are athletic events with quite a few people, I assume that the school will ensure the appropriate public safety coverage and also ensure that people that park there anywhere can safely get to the Chatard premises. Am I correct in that?
That's correct, yes.
And your overall plan over the years, you've obviously upgraded the high school, you've added a gym and lights and all sorts of different things. In that area, would there be additional lighting, or would there be a need for additional lighting?
We don't believe there's a need for additional lighting. The parking lot that's right across the street's very narrow. I think it's only a 16-foot street, both Northgate and Evanston, so they're much smaller than what would be typical today. There are parking lot lights there that will suffice to light that lot, and not add lighting that would, be offensive to the neighbors. So we want to be sensitive to the immediate neighbors on that.
What's the status of the deal with this parking lot that the Archdiocese owns across the street?
Christ the King's parking lot.
I think he was referring to Christ the King's parking lot. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Children that walk to either Chatard or Christ the King from the south, they don't have to walk down Evanston, isn't that correct?
Yes, that's my understanding. I mean, there are other ways to get to Bishop Chatard. Crittenden's right to the west.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Commissioner, I was there last night. The corner's well lighted. The lights are already in place, and I appreciate your commitment that
Sure.
we'll be supervising drinking. But you do have off-duty IPD officers at all your games.
Absolutely, we'll have and
have
again,
for years.
We've never hosted home games at our place, but we host home games at Arsenal Technical, Lawrence Central, Lawrence North, North Central, wherever we can find an open.
But even for basketball, you have
we
IPD.
Still do that. Yeah, and we do for basketball games as well. So we'll have that. Yes.
Any other questions for Mr. Sahm?
If I could just add real quick,
Sure.
I think the point is that we right now, in this year in December, we were out of parking spaces for our students, and they were parking in the grass at the south end of our campus, grass that's adjoining our property. But we're going to get a little larger. We're 710 students this year. We'll be about 720 next year, and we think we'll max out probably in the following year or two at 730, 740. So we're out of parking now. When the sophomores start, and the age for driving licenses went back again to a younger age, and so now the students are driving sooner. Obviously, we don't have school bus transportation, and so we're going to grow a little bit over the next few years. But when you're out of parking in December and you're going to grow, this parking lot is really for our daily use. It's nice to have because we didn't want to overwhelm the neighborhood, have home games, which we could have had. There was nothing prohibiting us from doing that, other than we knew it would overwhelm the neighborhood because we didn't have adequate parking. And so until we were in a place to put the parking in, we didn't feel like that was the right thing to do. And we've been playing home games away for 50 years. It was customary for us. It wasn't a big deal to continue doing that. But we feel like now we're going to be able to do that and do it well and not overwhelm the neighborhood and be respectful of the neighbors in that regard. We'll do everything we can to make sure that security not only is taken care of on our property, but on the immediate neighborhood around the school as well, so that people aren't parking in people's driveways and those kinds of things when they're not legally allowed to park. And we'll definitely supervise the tailgating. Matter of fact, our plan is to not allow any tailgating at all, even whether there's alcohol or not. On our property, they would have to come inside the stadium, and we'll have picnic tables and and grills, and they'll have to just celebrate before the game inside the stadium with the rest of us. So all that's secondary to the fact that we need parking every day for students, and we have some events, grandparents' masses. We do that twice a year. Grandparents come in. All the teachers have to go to Northminster Presbyterian Church and staff 2 blocks down. They're gracious enough to allow us to use their parking lot so the grandparents can park close to the school, and so we all park a couple blocks away just so we can accommodate the grandparents. And those kinds of things happen from time to time. It's a couple hundred extra people in our building, but that puts a lot of pressure on us. So it's really the school year parking that's primary for us. The 4 to 6 home games would be nice, but that's secondary, and it's just minimal usage.
Final questions for Mr. Sahm? Seeing none, thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Please come forward. Remonstrator has 5 minutes on rebuttal. Cale.
Thank you. Cale Gregoire, 5820 Evanston. Just like to point out from the drawings, it shows they had adequate parking prior to. If parking was so important to them over the years, they could have incorporated that in part of their plan. If they planned on growing larger, they eliminated that. They expanded beyond what they could handle people for, and now have a hardship that they created themselves.
Final questions from the demonstrators? Thank you very much. Staff, you have final comments?
Staff has no further comments. Thank you.
Commissioners, go to your ballots, please.
Petition 2018-ZON-016, Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Indianapolis Properties. There were 7 ballots cast, all in approval. This petition has been approved.
Thank you. Mr. Sahm, would you please relay to Coach Doyle that a lot of money is being invested and he's expected to keep on the winning tradition at Chatard? Thank you. Madam Secretary, let's move forward to our petitions and no appeals, please.